Awesome. What is our conclusion, Trish?
There is no way that the center can be kept operating for the coming year.
Yes, and one of my favorite triggers words is since that introduces a premise. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to look at the question type. And what kind of question is this, Carolina?
Sufficient assumption.
Yeah, because we have the word if and assumed. And what is the goal of a sufficient assumption question, Kamani?
To get the unstated premise, like fill in the gap.
That's going to what?
Strengthen.
Close. Think of a stronger word than strengthen.
Guarantee.
Guarantee. Yes, we're trying to guarantee that there's no way that the center can keep operating for the coming year. And so what must be true in order for this conclusion to be 100% valid? So everyone predict an answer. Take 20 seconds to predict an answer. All right, what did you predict, Jemmy?
There is no other money coming in.
Other than what?
Other than the 1.5 million.
Excellent. Yes. Do we all see that? So our premise says that, hey, because there's no programs coming or there's no funds from other programs coming in, there's no way we can keep it operating. Well, for that to be true, there must be no other money coming in even outside of these programs too, right? Excellent. Go ahead and pick your answer and put it in the chat.
Nicole, I kind of get confused on this one. So this is a sufficient assumption, but again, this is a necessary assumption too?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because if that were not true, but there is funds, then it wouldn't guarantee our conclusion.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes sufficient assumption questions I kind of get confused. Are they necessary or sufficient? So
well, just really pay attention to the if there's an if, it's sufficient. Because remember, sufficient has an F in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then that tripped me up on the tone because they said sufficient assumption questions are usually stronger or not.
Yep, sufficient, strength, and stronger.
And then necessaries are weaker.
Mm-hmm.
So if I assume this as a necessary assumption question, then
it's not. See, like
it's not. Yeah,
it's not because like the necessary would not. They're asking these questions strategically. Like you understand it where it would be needed as well, but their arguments for necessary assumption question, they would not give this question as a necessary assumption. Well, actually they could. They'd be like, there's no other money coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
all right, so was this one pretty easy for everybody to get to see? Is there any that we were debating? Do we all see how if we add this to it, it guarantees our conclusion? Yes? All right, if I don't get responses, I'm just gonna assume it is and move on. All right, one more. Go ahead and try this one all by yourself and put your answer in the chat. But actually first, yeah, do this one all on your own. Oh. There you go. All right, it looks like you all are rock stars. So for this one, our conclusion is the moons in solar system S4 all orbit the planet Alpha. And the reason that we're saying that is because any moon orbits some planet in a solar system. So any moon must orbit at least one planet in a solar system. And since it must be true that any moon orbits at least one planet, we're trying to say that the moons in solar system S4 all orbit Alpha. Did people predict an answer here? These ones that are a little bit easier, if you practice predicting answers, this is how you get good at predicting ones and the hard ones, even though you don't have to on this one. Did everyone connect this idea that, well, for this to be true, all we have to say is that Alpha is the only planet in S4? Because if Alpha is the only planet in S4, then the moons have to orbit it, right? Which is C. Did everybody get that one correct? Awesome. All right, so I have 2 and 13 from the homework. Do you want to go over these ones? I know we're over on time.